Good morning, everyone. Hey, Mary Beth.
Good
Good morning.
morning. I've got a theme.
You've got a theme for this Friday backpack?
Mhm.
Oh, looks like it's a humdinger of a theme. What you got? I feel a little scared.
Well, what about when you're on an adventure and it's like, "Yay, I'm on an adventure, but damn it, my backpack feels so heavy. Do I really have to take another step? I just wanna be home." Where is home anyways? Where should I lay
Mm,
my head?
mm,
Can't I just have a boring, normal life?
right. Why did I choose writing anyway? Why
Exact
did I do that? Huh, that's a great one.
Do you ever have
So
those days, Tina?
I totally yeah. Yeah, I totally do. For those of you just joining us, welcome to our Friday backpack. Our Friday backpack is 10, 15 minutes around tips you can pack in your backpack so that you can adventure in writing forever and ever. Because Mary Beth and I are all about supporting writers to have a life of writing. So yeah, Mary Beth, you've just dropped a big one. You dropped a big one. So what happens when your writer's backpack actually feels too heavy? Not that you got too much tools, but you just kind of feel like you're carrying a lot. That's your question, hey? That's what we're exploring.
Mhm, mhm.
Mm.
Um,
I do have days like that. Sorry, go ahead.
what do you do? What's your tool?
I have 2 tools. They're both extreme. I have one tool and it's my fuck it tool. But the caveat of the fuck it tool is a nap. So it's not fuck it, I'm not going to. It doesn't have a pushback, screw you kind of teenager vibe that like it doesn't yeah, it's actually a choice. So the choice is um go sleep, go lay down, go lay down.
Mm.
That's the first one. Um yeah, you know how like you take care of a child, right? When it's just too hard for a child, what do you do to a child? You say, just come put your head on my lap. You want a hug? Or I'm coming to give you a hug. In fact, I'm going to carry you for a little bit, right? So that's one extreme. It's like permission to give up and commit to the giving up. It's not transactional. It's not like I'm going to give up so that I can write. No, I'm just going to give up. And then the second choice is I write because sometimes it is the writing that's sticking me. It's actually the writing that's sticking me. And 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 if I can't get to words, I might draw, but like it's like something has to come out. Either something has to come out or I have to lay down. Those are my two. And again, my caveat I'm going to offer here if you're listening is it's not transactional because as soon as it becomes transactional, it's over. It doesn't work. It's not I'm going to pour out so that I can write. I'm going to rest so that I can write. Nope. It's nope. Yeah. It's meet the need. If you were how do you handle a child? That's me.
Mm.
What do you have something you that you do or do you have something that you don't do, which is kind of why you're
Well, I don't know.
exploring?
There's the read, read, read moment. And,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
sometimes I think there's so many different kinds of reading. And I think one kind of reading that can be really helpful to help you write is to read things that are like, actually, I've noticed I have a lot of books on my immediate shelf right here, which are kind of like essays.
Yeah.
And they're just short things where you can pick up anywhere.
Oh.
Right? And
Oh,
actually, I've got a really good one right here. Hold on a second.
okay. It's so awesome. While she's looking, I'm just gonna share with you, it's all about finding what works for you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I agree. It's like there's this non-transactional thing, which I was going to ask you when you you say the writing, it's what you need to stick you, but maybe the job is unsticking too, and it's like random things. Like, I don't know. You seen this book around?
John Green, The Anthropological, what is
The
it?
Anthropocene Reviewed. Anyways,
No.
he's the guy who wrote The Fault in Our Stars, which was like a huge like
Okay.
theme book a number of years ago. And he's written a bunch of novels, and this is his first book of like essays, but it's just random things. Like this one is called Teddy Bears.
Ah,
And he just writes about teddy bears for like 3 pages. And where it lands is just like it left me with a like, okay, a launching, like it brought me a visual
yeah. Ah.
and it brought me a word, and then it kind of gave me my own launching off place, which of
Ooh.
course has nothing to do with something within the context of the book I want to write, but it's there. There you go.
That's so interesting. And so for you, it's not transactional though either, right? So is it so you have an impulse, you're like, "Ah, I feel like shit. I'm carrying this heavy backpack. Oh, I've just you know what? I'm gonna read an essay." And
Mhm.
then something magical happens for you, kinda? Like, it nourishes you somehow? Is it like that?
Just gives me a creative impulse,
Oh, okay. It gives you a
right?
creative
And
impulse.
it's
Yeah.
like if I were to sit down and write something, I would have a place to step off from.
Right. Nice. Um, I'm gonna add to that then too, because let's see if we can let's see how many things we can throw into this possibility tank for people for all of you watching us. Another thing that I will do, is that I will go back over things that I've read, not to edit. So if you've done any work with us, you'll know that we have something we call the collecting stage of writing. And I will go back into my collecting folder and just like scan for the things that are unfinished, scan for the things that like the jagged inspirations, almost like the inspirations that aren't finished, but you just like, I just have to write that down. I don't even know what it is. I'll just write it down. And then because those things sometimes will call me out. It's almost like I think I don't know why I just got this image in my head, but you know those people who actually plant wildflower gardens? They don't even know what seeds they're throwing. They're just throwing seeds. It's kind of like that. And it's like going back to the garden going, "Oh, what's growing there?" Like, that's another thing that I have done in the past. Yeah, that's one for me. I'll call you. I will call you. So that's for anyone watching. That's like go into the Writer's Adventure Facebook group and start talking to us.
Mhm.
Start talking to us
Or to whoever,
or to whoever.
reach out.
But it's more than that. I'm gonna be really clear about this because I for me, you don't want I reach out to Mary Beth because Mary Beth will hold the container for me as a writer. She will also be my friend and is my friend, but that's not it's not a friendship reach out.
Mhm.
It is a writer reach out and it's different. And so you can go to your friend, but your friend might just go, "Oh, you know what? Just have a cup of tea, la 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 la." No, that's not what you're looking for. Right? You're looking for a catalyst. You're looking for something. Like it's that who's going to give you the hug that changes everything, you know? So yeah, I'll call you and I have called you,
Mhm.
right? So that's another one. Um, I also have a thing we could play with this, the things not to do. Don't go to your phone.
Mm.
Don't go to your phone. You will not find a creative. You know what you will find in your phone? You'll find someone who answers your creative spark instead of opening up yours. It's a dead end. Opening your phone is a dead end creative impulse. Um, don't yeah, don't watch Netflix. I mean, these are all kind of like I'm bringing up really normal things and things that are really obvious, but you'd be amazed the stuff we can convince ourselves into. You know what? If I just watch Netflix, maybe I'll get an idea. No, you're going to watch somebody else's idea.
Go for a walk.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Go for a walk.
That's a great one.
Write a haiku.
Write a haiku. Another really good one for me is actually washing the dishes. And the caveat I'll say though, if you're writing, if you're is pull out all the things that you have to write and then don't write. Go do the dishes.
Mm.
And because you've pulled it out while you're doing the dishes, something's going to happen and then you got to go back and write it down. There's actually a great acting note that they give to actors who have to play a scene where they're crying. And I heard this from a different acting coach. And she said, what you play is don't cry. You don't play cry. You play don't cry.
Right. Because it's like when you are in a funeral and you're not supposed to laugh, that's when you laugh.
Right? And so it builds this tension.
Okay, I think we're all over the place right now, or maybe my brain is just really like not working super well. But
I think you've got a pretty hefty backpack because all we're offering in this space is a whole bunch of different ways that you can deal with a heavy backpack. So it might feel like that, but I think we're on track. You know what I'd love to do now is say, you know what comes up for you as you're listening? Throw that in the chat. What do you do? What do you do when your backpack's heavy? It doesn't even have to be about writing. What do you do when life is heavy? Because it's going to be the same in writing. What do you do? How do you take another step? How do you do that? Because tomorrow's another day. What's that cheesy line from Gone with the Wind? You know, because I shouldn't say after all, because tomorrow is another day, you know? Yeah, all right. Maybe you need to go back to bed, Mary Beth.
yeah, I think so.
Oh. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being with us today, wherever you're at with your backpack. And we'll see you in a few minutes for our writers group. And yeah, thanks for being here.